designed as just being a photo, and then you can normally either put your face shot or your company logo down the bottom there. Yes, please. You have to, you're telling Facebook that you've got permission to use the photographs, so best practice is to ask the people in the photographs or whoever's logo that you're using that you do have permission. Yeah, it's definitely best practice to ask. Generally speaking, if people are smiling at a camera, from a legal standpoint, that's implied consent that they are happy for that photograph to be used, as opposed to if you're just in the background of a photograph and you're not aware that it's being taken, or if you're sort of hiding with your hand away from it, that's definitely not consent to use that photograph. So from a legal standpoint, I'm told that's the case. So companies that blog, they get 55% more traffic than companies that don't. That's statistically speaking. It is very much about investing in content, because whether it's market reports or all the things that are of interest to your potential buyers or sellers, if you invest in this content, the good thing about it compared to offline or print is the fact that if you write an article on your blog today, or even a guest article on somebody else's blog, that article lives online forever. It's not like a thing in the paper where it's fish and chip wrapper tomorrow. It stays there. And every article that you write, it builds on that. So over time, you've got this library of content. And if you get started early enough and do it before all of your competitors, when other competitors realize, oh, there's content marketing stuff that drives people to my website and builds up my community of my database of people, it's going to be so difficult for them to catch up, because by the time you've done 6 months worth of content, you've got all these backlinks linking to your site, which in Google's eyes pumps you up the search engine results, because Google's looking at content and number of backlinks. So you're getting this massive head start over the competition, all through publishing remarkable content. And imagination, that presentation before, that is all remarkable content. So the more videos and photographs and articles that you can be writing that's genuinely remarkable, and that stuff really was, that's the sort of stuff you need to be publishing on your website and through the social networks to start this whole web strategy system working. I'm sure that most of you are sitting on a whole computer on your hard drive of useful, relevant, interesting information that you do send to your clients. And if you can just open that up and share that and make it accessible through your blog and through the social networks, that is the sort of stuff that is incredibly valuable. And most of you, I believe, are already sitting on work and you've done the hard work over the years. So I guess my urge is for you to actually share that, make it accessible, and then let everybody do the hard work and spread the word for you. Because remember, it's 5 times more trustworthy if it comes from a friend as opposed to directly from Bell Property. Okay, so email marketing. Not many people consider email marketing social media at first thought. I consider it the original type of social media. The reason is it can be one-to-one, it can be one-to-many, things can go viral, even though I don't necessarily like that word. And consistently, it gets the highest ROI of all the different types of social media. On average, for every $1 spent, you get a $41 return. And just to put it into context, if you think about this 2.9 billion people with email, if you think about every single email sent in a day versus the number of Facebook updates or photographs uploaded versus how many tweets in a day, email would be a bowl full of rice. Facebook updates would be 10 grains of rice, and tweets would equate to 2 grains of rice. So by far and away, email is the most effective, most widely used. Remember at the start, everybody had an email address. Not everyone's on Facebook, not everyone's on Twitter. We'll have email addresses. And we're entirely comfortable using email as a business tool. People are comfortable signing off on proposals with email. People are very comfortable using email as a trusted form of communication. All right then, so taking some of these ideas and case studies and putting into an action plan for real estate agents. If you're brand new to it, what I recommend is doing the following. And again, this is all in the slides and resources that I'll send you. There is a social media how to get started guide with a step-by-step instructions for all of these. First one though is to set up your pages on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Pinterest, Google+, YouTube, Instagram. Secure those pages, because what you can do is secure your URL. So what that means is like facebook.com/bellproperty, twitter.com/bellproperty. You want to reserve these names because for all we know, there could be a Bell Property in Canada or England or some other country. And because these are global websites, if they get their name first, they've got it and you don't. So I urge you all to try and secure all the names of the versions that you actually want to use. Thirdly, publish remarkable content and make it easy for people to share it. And by that, I mean putting on email to a friend, retweet this, share it on LinkedIn, like it on Facebook. Fourthly, watch and listen. The idea here is you're using Google Alerts so that you're aware when people are talking about Bell Property on the World Wide Web, and you can chime in and enter those conversations where it's appropriate. And then finally, actually joining in the conversation, commenting on blogs, tweeting back to people, sending them a Facebook message to thank them for talking about you, putting out some fires if there is a problem. And remember back in that Jeff Jarvis, Dell Hell situation, it wasn't social media's fault that it blew out of proportion or didn't. Dell actually had a problem in the first place, and social media, having that Google alert, if it had that earlier, yes, it would have stopped it blowing up, but it identified a problem that he needed to work out, and that was his customer care. So if there are things wrong in business, social media is a very quick way to actually identify the problem so that you can then resolve it.